What's up, Overlanders? We're at the LA Auto Show to check out a couple cool new vehicles. In this video particularly, the new Rivian truck and SUV. So let's check it out. All right, so I'm over here with Brian from Rivian. So tell us a little bit about Rivian real quick and yourself.
So I'm Brian, I'm a body director of engineering at Rivian. I've been with the company since 2009. We were founded in Florida. We're an independent US manufacturer. We're gonna build the R1T here as well as the 7-passenger R1S at our plant in Normal, Illinois in 2020. We're interested in everybody subscribing, following us, and what we have here is an adventure vehicle. We want electric adventure vehicles out on the road, a ton of performance, capability, off-road, on-road, great duality of product.
All right, so we're from an Overland background, right? So there's going to be a lot of questions about this thing. So tell us a little bit about max tire size, clearance, water crossing, all that kind of stuff.
So from a max tire size, you can run about a 33-inch tire on here. The reason for that is we've got independent motors, one per wheel, that'll get you around 750 horsepower and 1,032 foot-pounds of torque. So that allows
Holy smokes!
But what it'll also do is provide torque vectoring. So on your trail, you don't need a locking differential. If a tire's slipping, you've got power on the other wheels on demand. The other thing we have with our air suspension is the ability to lift the vehicle from what you see right now another 3 inches to give you about 14.1 inches of ground clearance. In that condition, we can ford a meter of water. That means you can go through a slow moving, steady water, keep your cab dry, get to your campsite, get to where you're going, get to base camp, go on a trail.
That's awesome. That's a lot more than any other stock vehicles.
The other comment I want to have on that from an off-road side is once you've lifted, underneath we've got a skid plate protecting the battery, but it's perfectly flat. So you're not going to get hung up on a rear differential. If you go and you wanted more ground clearance, anything you hit, you're going to kiss off of and keep on driving.
What's that skid plate made out of? What can that handle?
It's composite, and it can handle the full GVW, so the weight of the vehicle plus payload on a 2-inch square without damaging the battery cells. That's your protection, keeps you safe on the road.
A lot of us Overlanders, we carry fuel with us on the back, and you know, so tell us a little bit about the range and getting back to charging, stuff like that.
So on the range perspective, we have the biggest battery pack that there's nothing on the market the size we have. We offer 3 options. Our base is 105 kilowatt hour, our medium is 135 kilowatt hour, and our largest pack is 180 kilowatt hour, offered on both the truck and the SUV. That'll get you 400 miles of range, and from a charging perspective, you can get about 200 miles on a fast charge in about a half hour. One of the things as a company we want to make sure is that your off-road places, your Moabs, we put up our charge network so that you can get to base camp, you can plug in, and that's what's core to Rivian from a brand.
That sounds really, because my 4Runner, I get 300 miles without jerry cans, and, and then even then doesn't add a whole lot. So is there any type of option as far as solar charging with this thing?
So with solar charging, you'd have a very, very slow hookup. If you had a big enough solar bank, or if you had an SUV with battery cells, the big thing with us is putting enough range in the vehicle to do everything you'd be expected to do and more.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Now I understand you've got something special with some cameras and...
Yeah, absolutely. So we want to be an invitational brand. If you're not comfortable getting out on the road, we have cameras up front, so you'll see on our screen as your center display the trail in front of your tires. So when you're going uphill and all you see is the bright sky and you don't know where the road is, the cameras will show you what your tires see, make you feel safe, make you feel confident so you can do more driving. What you see in front is what the vehicle sees. So you're looking out the windshield, but the camera's looking out right below the vehicle, seeing where the trails are, seeing where your tires are going. You can also see on the left the torque per wheel, understanding what traction you're getting and how it's driving.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the storage.
So in the front, under the power hood, we have 330 liters of storage. What that is enough area to grab all your gear. You've got your coolers, you got your backpacks, you got your camping equipment. As you can see in here, got my full duffel bag. I've got my cooler. You got a charger, like. And I've got all my stuff. Gotta go away from and that's the front storage. I've also got storage in the back of the vehicle as well.
All right, so I heard about this gear tunnel. What is this?
So our gear tunnel is our full pass-through storage. Goes from one side of the vehicle to the other. It's easily openable, and you can access your large stuff. So in this case, I've got my snowboard here, but whatever your camping equipment, you know, tent, outdoor activity wants to be, you can get access to it, and if you need more space, you can get up to the roof very easily, get your luggage rack, get whatever happens to be up here, and at the end, if you have to get staged, you can sit down, go on your campsite.
Cool. That's cool. I see my water port mounted right here, and you know, just like sit down, rinse off my feet, my shoes.
Absolutely.
That's cool. Good spot for tools and whatever you need, and put your compressor back there.
You don't need a compressor in here. We've got onboard air, compressor hookup in the back. So when you're going off-road, you deflate your tires. When you're done on the trail, hook them back up, plug them in, get back on the road. Anything that you need that's your little bit of tools you want to keep separate, you've got a little more space inside the door itself, and then it all closes up to give you the most aerodynamic truck. Get out on your adventure.
All right, what do we got going in the back?
So in the back, we have a power tonneau. When I open the tonneau up, I get access to the full-size bed, but what's really cool about this is I can drop this tailgate out of the way. Let me slide through here, and I can take it to a normal 90-degree position to make the bed longer, give you more space for your gear. You see the compressor we talked about earlier, and when I close this back up, what's unique is if you want to get access to your bed and actually get into your stuff, I can drop the gate to a full 180 degrees, which allows me to get the essential thing for any off-road driver, your full-size spare. When the full-size spare's out, I've got storage again for more gear, as much space as you need. I've got electrical connections on this side, and the other thing, I've got a retractable cable, which allows you to lock your gear in place, and once it's locked in, if anybody cuts that cable, you'll be notified from your smartphone that someone's trying to take your stuff.
That's really cool, man. That's impressive. A lot of people, I mean, my 4Runner, I can only fit a 31 down there, and I got 33, so
yep.
That's full size. That's awesome.
Yeah, so in here we've got a 275/60 R20. So inside the bed as well, we have these same tie-down ports that we're handling the roof rack system above. So if you do want to mount gear above the bed, on top of the bed, above your tonneau cover, there's space to do that, and the same Rivian rack system attaches in all points.
All right, so I see the bed's a little bit wider than up here. Do those extend?
I'll show you. Simple lever to release it. As you can see, it is narrower on the roof. It expands very easily and locks in place, so it's nice and secure. Easy to remove, secure when you need it.
Wow, that's really cool. So how much can you put on this? How much weight?
You can handle about 200 pounds on each of these. They are adaptable for any of your off-the-shelf equipment.
Okay, so yeah, 200 pounds, that's enough for a roof tent. So that's dynamic weight. You can put a roof tent on here in a couple bodies.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because you've got multiple tie-down points, and if it spreads across it, not a problem.
Wow, that's really cool. I love how it just it just expands. Cool. All right, now in Overland again, another important thing with off-road Overland is what about recovery points for when you get stuck?
Absolutely. So on the front and rear, we've got this hook, fold out, tow the vehicle out when you're stuck, pull on anything.
Now this is the first electric vehicle that I kind of consider to be Overland and off-road capable. So that's exciting, right? So what about pricing and availability?
So availability will be in 2020, end of year. Pricing starts for the small battery pack, which is still bigger than any on the market at 105 kilowatt hours at $69,000, $61,500 after tax incentive. We also have the 7-passenger SUV. Rear seat will articulate to fit adults, get a lot more legroom in there. All the seats fold flat, so if you need to sleep back there for the night, you're okay. And we're excited that we're offering both products at the same time. Same platform, same underbody.
Is that also 2020?
That is also 2020, cool. Yes. Cool, they're built in the same place, same line, same parts. So both of our vehicles offer 3 roof options. You've got the baseline, you've got the glass, electrochromatic shown in these vehicles, and you can get a removable roof option so you can let the glorious sunlight in. And we're taking pre-orders through our website for anyone interested in following an electric vehicle revolution for off-road adventure space. And we're certainly eager for everybody to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and we'd love to have you guys join the brand.
All right, Brian, thank you. That's awesome.
You're welcome.
The electric idea seems kind of interesting for off-roading, but it sounds like you guys really dialed this in.
Thanks,
so
appreciate it.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Appreciate it.